Hi everyone, I'm Radko Albrecht, founder and CEO of Bitbond, and with me here today is Jarek Nowotka, our CTO. Bitbond is the first global marketplace lending platform for small business loans. By being an international platform, we create totally new opportunities for institutional and individual investors. On Bitbond, you get access to attractive growth markets at an average return of 13% per year. Bitbond is a regulated financial institution, and in order to make cross-border lending possible, we use blockchain as a technology. The main challenge about creating an international lending platform is credit scoring, because data is different from one country to another. At Bitbond, we have solved this and created the most international and most scalable SME scoring mechanism. Again, this is the most international and most scalable SME scoring mechanism that we believe is out there. How the customer experience on Bitbond looks like and how our international automated scoring works is what we're going to show to you right now. So please meet Jenny, who's an applicant from the Netherlands. Jenny runs an eBay shop where she sells bicycles. And in order to make a larger purchase of inventory, she wants to get a loan. So she arrives at the Bitbond borrower application. And in the first step, she will now fill in personal details like her name and date of birth. And by the way, small business owners all around the world have a really hard time to actually get the funding they need to grow their business. The World Bank estimates the funding gap for SMEs at $2 trillion. But at the same time, this creates a huge market opportunity for us. At Bitbond, our goal is to make financing and investing globally accessible. We've already facilitated over 1,400 loans with borrowers from over 70 countries. And this probably also makes us the most international player in the whole microfinance space. So now that Jenny has completed the first step, she moves on to the second step, which is the address form. Normally, an applicant would fill in the address manually, but watch how we innovated this step with modern web technologies. With the click of a button, Jenny gives us access to her browser's geolocation. And by that, we verify and fill in the address automatically. Watch how it gets filled in with just one click. And also the good thing is that by verifying the address, we significantly reduce fraud, which of course is really important in order to safeguard good returns. Now after this step, Jenny would move on and would connect several of her business accounts. And we're focusing on PayPal and eBay here today. So first, Jenny connects her PayPal account, and by that, she gives us read access to her payment transactions. And we take the data in order to evaluate the revenue that she's making in her shop. And then she connects the eBay account, and based on that, we evaluate the feedback that she's receiving from her customers. Doing this method for creditworthiness assessment has two great advantages. First of all, it's the most up-to-date income verification that's possible. And the second advantage is that the data that we get from large e-commerce platforms like eBay is uniform across different countries. So for example, if an online seller from India connects his eBay account, the data comes in the same format as an account from the UK or the Netherlands, where Jenny is from, for example. And therefore, we can evaluate the data in the same way. The big value to investors here is that borrowers from different countries get scored consistently, which is what ultimately makes sure that the returns on Bitbond are consistent. After this step comes the identification part. And we've shortened the step here for the presentation because it would take a little bit too long. What happens here is that the applicant enters a video session where they will show their ID. This method of identification via a video session is a regulatory requirement in Germany where Bitbond is based. And since we are a regulated financial institution, we comply with the same standards that banks and other FIs do. Now, after the identification is completed, Jenny already submits the application. And now in the background, we evaluate all the data that Jenny gave us access to with our own proprietary machine learning algorithm that considers thousands of data points. And this machine learning algorithm is at the core what we are building at Bitbond. Now, the good news for Jenny is she's been approved with an A rating, so now she can specify the details of her loan, which she now does in this step. She chooses a term of 3 years for her loan and requests a loan amount of $8,000. The equivalent Bitcoin amount gets calculated automatically because this is how her loan will be paid out. The loans on Bitbond are denominated in US dollars, but all payment transactions run through the Bitcoin blockchain for efficiency reasons. And this also means that Jenny actually wouldn't even need to have a bank account in order to get that loan, which is specifically great in emerging markets where bank account penetration is quite low. At the same time, for us at Bitbond, this means that we are independent of banking partners regarding our infrastructure. And this provides us with a significant cost advantage compared to other marketplace lenders. Now, in the meantime, Jenny's loan is published, and all investors who are interested review it and decide how much they want to invest into this specific loan. But of course, Jenny's loan isn't the only one that's available for investing on Bitbond. Jarek will now go to our listings page, which shows you a broad range of loans that can be invested in. And as you can see, there are borrowers from many different countries to choose from. So if you want to try Bitbond out, simply go to bitbond.com right now and create a free account. And you will see how easy it works. But it's not only relevant for individuals, Bitbond is also especially relevant for institutional investors like family offices or asset managers who are looking to create an internationally diversified portfolio of loans. As we all know, in today's interest rate environment, it's really hard to find profitable assets to invest in. So if you are looking for an asset that returns about 13% on average per year, then we've got a solution for you, and you should come talk to us. So we're looking to discuss this in more detail after the show, and thank you very much for your time.